Wow, today was the day. I had to completely unwind before even attempting to make a video because I was tired and hot, kids. Tired and hot. So it was 93 today, but the humidity was insane. And so just basically, I got home covered in water, just sweating profusely. Um, Going through fabulous Chicago traffic. So it was a rough day and a rough commute home. And so when I got home, there was no way I was coming out here right away to make a beer video for you guys, because otherwise it would have been a face like this. And that's not a good face for video. So I have a beer to share after I'm calmed down and had some dinner and pet my dog and listen to the car alarm down the block. You know, I decided to have that beer now. I still have to go to band practice tonight, but I figured, oh, nice. Oh, and it's a manageable level of alcohol. Okay, this is an interesting one from the Lombardi Brewing Company. It is tiny, tiny print there. Something work, play, MKE. I don't know what that means. O'Sullivan's Irish Ale. A drinkable red ale that is not bitter and leans on a simple malt and yeast profile. William Patrick O'Sullivan. Lombardi Brewing Company. Brewed and canned for Lombardi Brewing Company, LLC, in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. One of the few towns not named for an Indian word. 4.8% alcohol by volume. General government warning. Don't sword fight if you're drunk and pregnant. 16 fluid ounces. One I drink fresh. Of course, what is the definition of fresh? We'll never know because there's no numbers on the bottom of this can. I'm shaking it back and forth though. Please recycle. Yes, please. Please recycle. We got a finite amount of things here. It's always smart if we keep using the same stuff. Okay, we've cracked her open. We have cracked her open. Yeah, I never even showed you guys the can. I just talked about it a lot. Well, that's all right. I'll show you the can after I give it a pour in the fabulous Czechoslovakian pint glass. Oh, it is a nice brownish red beer. Almost like that one yesterday, to tell you the truth. And it poured nicely, not violently at all. A small bit of head developed. I know you're going, oh, it looks so dark on video. Yeah, it's because it's not the same time of day it's been since sun's gone most of the way down and all that. So it is a crystal clear beer. It just has some condensation on the glass itself. And it is a dark amber leaning towards brown. Let's give it a sniff. See if anything hops out at us, huh? Hmm. I just smell the hops and a little bit of the roast. This is actually a pretty mild smelling beer. Sorry, made my nose tickle. All right. Well, wow. Okay, so it is smooth. That is a smooth beer. Not a lot of bite to it at all, but a lot of flavor. So I would say that it is crisp. And I would also say that it is clean because it is gone from my mouth. Yeah, like I've got nothing left, just me, and I don't taste good. 9 out of 10 cannibals agree. It's effervescent in the mouth, but not crazy effervescent. So this is actually not quite as carbonated as other beers, which amounts for the smooth drinking. It is sort of crisp when first in the mouth. I wouldn't say it's like the typical example of crisp, but I will say that it just hits in a way that seems crisp to me. All right, so when it's in your mouth, you have a very mild malt flavor. And when you swallow it, there's a big burst at the back of your mouth, slightly bitter, not crazy, and then it's just gone. So this would be a beer that is very, very easy to drink too many of because it goes down super, super easy. And I still haven't shown you the can. I just went right into the beer drinking, which is, I like beer. So, yeah, I like that can too. With the Irish knots up top there. So, and there's the legend and the quote. So, it's an okay beer. I like it. It's fun. It's got a classic Irish red flavor to it. To tell you the truth, it's not an overly bitter beer. It's not an overly hoppy beer. It is pretty darn smooth, but it's got a decent amount of flavor. And as I said, after the swallow, there's a big burst of flavor. It's the bitterness, but it's not crazy bitter, but it's good. Let's answer the questions. Let us answer the questions. If I saw this in the store, would I pick it up? There's a strong possibility I would, especially if it was a hot day. Uh, am I going to actively seek it out? Probably not. But if I saw it, I'd probably pick it up. If someone handed this to me at a party, would I be happy? Yeah, I would be. It's a nice beer. It's very tasty. Um, and easily drinkable. And since it's only 4.8 alcohol by volume, it's one that you can have a few of at a party and be, not completely schnockered, if you know what I mean. So, um, I want to take the time out here on the front porch to finish this beer. Um, let's just read that legend again, or that quote from William Patrick O'Sullivan. A drinkable red ale that is not bitter and leans on a simple malt and yeast profile. Yes, it is exactly that. It is not really bitter, and it is a simple malt and yeast profile. Um, Nothing bad about it at all. If you're a person that thinks a beer should taste like an IPA, this is not your beer. This is much milder than that. Much, much, much more mild than that. And and this one still has a bitter profile at the end. It's actually less bitter than some commercial beers that I've sampled. Things like Miller and Old Style stuff like that. Those are much more bitter than this is. So it goes down way too easy. It really does. I mean, I could have just basically tilted that whole glass up and drank the whole thing down because it's that smooth. And if I wanted to be schnockered, I would do it. But I'm going to keep sipping this out here on the porch in the 93-degree weather, letting my nerves calm themselves down. And I will see you guys next time. I've got an awesome beer to share. Thanks for tuning in.